Okay, how's it going? So this is what we're going to talk about. I've been brought to my attention by the owner of one of the companies that when you go into Telegram, the 10th Street, you need to talk to your drivers even before you send them into here because it's going to waste your time. And what we want to do is we want to find drivers. Now you're going to still submit them to another carrier. But we're talking about sending them to what we call mega carriers. Mega carriers are carriers that actually have a bunch of trucks. Okay? And we don't want to sit there and waste time with it. So the statement was that we were discussing was what makes a driver not going to be worth sending in because you've spent all that time filling out that application and you've got them ready. Now you send them in, you wait for it, and it comes back, and you've got disappointment because they're not approved because they didn't meet the criteria. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a driver here, for example, and how you're going to look at it. Because I'm going to send these information, these things to get the correct information so I can get these updated. But when we're looking at this, we're looking at more than one thing. We're like this person, I don't know if this has been updated, it don't look like it has, or maybe it has, I don't know. But this driver here, we're going to look at his work history, okay? And all I do is I take this work history, I come here and I copy it, and I pull it all the way down. I only go to his work history, okay? We're looking at some different factors. That's what we're doing here. Okay, because remember, you got to take his school into account because schools actually appear where they work. Now I'm going to go to my AI, paste it here, and I'm going to ask it, how many jobs has this driver had in the past year? Okay, in the past year, including this date, this driver has actually he's got an unemployment period, you can see here. Then he's got his most recent one was with this King's Logistics, and then the one before that was Nice Guys. So this is a red flag for a carrier. Having 3 jobs in the past 3 years, and you've got, when you're doing these profiles, you've got to put an actual reason, not one word, make it into a sentence at least. But and 2 of those were actually, looks like they were along with, okay, so he's had 2 jobs in the past year with 1 period of unemployment. That's not going to be good, but what we're going to do is we're going to ask something again. How many in the past 2 years? So looking at 2 years, it's going to give us a trend. You guys excuse me, I haven't had my coffee yet. So it goes down. Okay. So what you're going to see is saying the same thing, but what I'm noticing now when I'm looking at it, from 22, the beginning of 22, of 9 of 22, to 23, he's actually, so what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and look at this because I ain't getting further enough back. So I'm going to go back to his application and I want to see something about his application. So if we're saying, you got 22 to 23 and 23 to 24, but it's looking at the past 2 years per date, not year by year. So we're going to go all the way here, and I think I already see the problem. So we're going to ask him this. Is this driver showing all his periods of employment and unemployment for the past, since I'm looking at the 2 years, that's my question for this one. I'm not looking at his tenure. That has to do with me filling out the application. I'm trying to find a trend so that we're not wasting our time by putting this driver in here. Okay, so it gave me some more unemployment. Okay. But it says the drivers document all periods of employment from the past 2 years. So I'm saying 2 periods of unemployment. So he's got 5. And 1, 2, 3 of these are unemployment with 2 jobs. I'll be honest, I don't think this guy would pass being sent to a big carrier. He would need to be sent to a smaller carrier. But now we're going to look at 2 other things that's going to make this decision of whether we're going to send this thing. And you're talking about, so this is 1 strike by not having over 2. Over 3 jobs in the past year is a strike. Five or more in 2 years is a strike. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to go back here now. We're going to look at some of the other factors. Now we're going to go, and it's probably best just to go ahead and go into the updated version so you can see each one so you're not missing your particular portion of the profile. So violations, we're going to look at any violations this person's had. This guy has actually had snow on the roof, trailer, okay, he got a fine. So I'm going to go in here. And what I'm going to ask it, that's not what I needed. Stop it. Was this within, here. How old is this fine? You've reached our limit. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to actually just grab this information because we don't want to lose our research. Okay, so I'll copy this, copy it. I'm actually going to come and open a new tab. Okay, the fine moving violation, so it's approximately 6 months old. So, because all I did was copy it and paste it back into my new GPT, and it actually just picked up where it was at. So now we got another one. But that's the only one he had. So, but the thing is, you're going to have to understand this is really recent. Last fine was 6 months old. This is a strike because it is so or recent. They may not consider it, but if I ask somebody and I know that you just got this fine, then it may not have been his fault because he said it was related to snow. Okay, what was the fine related to? And it'll give you this. Okay, involves snow on the road or the roof of the thing. Okay, so that's what he's saying about that. So you got that, and you got what the fine was related to. Now, the next thing you're gonna do, let's go back here, accidents. All right, driver has no accidents. But I'm gonna still enter that into my profile, okay? Find what tab I was at, here we go. Okay. Has indicated no accidents. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. We're putting this all in GPT to make our life easy, okay? Now we're going to look at any violations for the motor carrier. This guy didn't mark crap. So since we ain't got nothing there, we ain't got nothing to go off of. But you can tell enough just by that. And in here, he's got nothing there. So what he's got right now, I'm going to actually put I like doing charts. So I do charts of the issues to be considered for hiring this driver. Okay, so now we're going to go in here. Employment past history, 2 years. Violations past 3 years. He's got this one. There's the notes. Overall considered employment history shows a stable period with no excessive changes. Okay, so what we got to do is three or more jobs is a red flag, and 5 or more jobs is a red flag, okay? Even multiple, that's an account now, so 5 or more jobs and even multiple periods of unemployment within 2 years is a red flag. Okay, so now what we're going to do, it's going to revise it for us, okay? We're going to put this here, issue And what you're going to do, you need to keep these records correct, okay? Because you don't want to go back and find this stuff. It really becomes monotonous, okay? I want to add his name at the top. So I put his name in there and I put add as a title to this. So we're going to add his name as a title to it. So now he's got his name, so you remember who this is and everything. Now we're looking at our chart and we're seeing exactly what it is, okay? Let's see. Also, 3 or more moving violations is a deal breaker. Can't hire them. If in the past 3 years. So now it's redoing it. Actually, we're going to change that. We're going to paste it so everybody understands it. Makes them unqualified. Come back here and check it again. Make sure it's filling it out. Under moving violations past 2 years. Or more moving violations is a deal breaker. So right now, what we're looking at this job, this I should have already just ended this because I'm actually editing something to send to y'all. But if they got 3 or more violations, right now, the way this driver looks with, 3 jobs, 2 periods of unemployment, 1 violation within 6 months, this is going to be questionable whether this person is going to be hireable. Okay, so now we're going to see if it gets it in there. All right. be a good all right. So what it's going to give is going to give you the overall breakdown. Let's see. And this right here will give the overall understanding of why we do what we do. So I hope that gives you some understanding. That driver is going to be on the wire. Would I submit his application? Yeah, but if he's got, you know, in those three factors, what we're talking about, and okay, so now it's going to break this down again. And that should give you an idea. So I would probably send this person, the biggest thing is going to be his driving, because there's other two things he qualifies. He doesn't have that many violations on his thing, but it's still, it's just that it's recent, you know. And then his work history, he's got that one. So his employment history, he's got 3 jobs in 2 years. And these are the things we're looking at. So, but anyways, I hope that helps. If you need some more explanation, we can go over it again in a video. But I hope this helps. This gives you some idea. I'm going to send this out so everybody has these charts. Thank you, and I will talk to you soon.